We live in illusion and the appearance of things. There is a reality. We are that reality. When you understand this, you see that you are nothing. And being nothing, you are everything. That is all. And now I invite you to notice the breath that flows into the body. No thoughts are required. The body knows how to breathe, to pull the air in and to exhale the air. But what we can do is to make sure that the breath comes more deeply into the body with what's called a belly breathing, a belly breath. We breathe deeply into the belly. Notice the pause, and the breath goes out. And be sure you expel the breath all the way out. The pause, and then the air comes back into the body. Doing the belly breathing, you first will experience a relaxation response in your body. Most of us are not conscious of the breath. In the busyness of life, we breathe shallowly. This is the chance to breathe deeply, the way the body is designed to breathe. Let the air flow into the belly and to flow out. And as we do this, not only will we experience a relaxation response, but if we have a strong intention of focusing on the breath, we will develop a concentration that quiets the mind. In this human form, this is called, there's 4 layers of consciousness. This is called the gross consciousness. This dense energy human form in which we develop an ego, we develop an attachment. We believe that this form is real. And the body and the egoic mind is what creates our suffering. This physical body, this physical life we're living, is what Kalu refers to as living in illusion and the appearance of things. It's not real. It's a dense energy form. The egoic mind, as we breathe in concentration in the background, be aware that your egoic mind is what creates your suffering. That the egoic mind always wants things to be different than the way they are. If you're experiencing something pleasant, it wants more of it. If you're experiencing something unpleasant, it wants it to go away, and this grasping and pushing creates our suffering. We live in the illusion that people, places, and things outside of us are causing our stress, our problems, and our suffering. And it's not true. That's the appearance in which we project onto the world that something's happening to us. And known to us is we have unconscious energy patterns trapped inside of us that become the buttons that get pushed that cause our suffering. So suffering is not in the appearance, but it's inside. And so we can go from a gross consciousness to start moving to a subtle consciousness. The 4 states of consciousness are gross, subtle, causal, and non-dual, or pure consciousness. That when Kalu says we live in illusion and the appearance of things, we can go beyond that into a reality in which there's no suffering. And one way of getting there is with the breath. So I've invited you to take deep belly breaths. And with the next in-breath, breathe through your belly going down to your hips, legs, and feet, down into the earth. If you're sitting on a cushion, breathe beyond the belly, down the spine, and into the earth. And this will start moving you into a subtle consciousness in which you start leaving your ego mind behind. So you breathe down into the earth, and you exhale from the earth up through your body. This physical body is made up of earth elements. This body arises from earth elements. This body returns to earth elements. And so it's skillful to breathe down into the earth and exhale earth energy up through your body to nurture the physical body, because it's a carbon-based life form. So we breathe down into the earth and we exhale from the earth up through the body. And this is moving us from this dense energy, gross consciousness, into subtle consciousness. And with the next breath down into the earth, when you exhale, exhale up through your body, your torso, your head, and up to the sky. And when you breathe in from the sky, down through your body, all the way down into the earth. And exhale up through the body to the sky. And if a thought of trying to understand this arises, simply let it go. While we're doing this, any thoughts that arise, just treat it like clouds in the sky. And let the thoughts, the concepts, the desire to understand just simply dissolve. Don't attach to it. Because this is a level of consciousness that's taking you beyond the illusion and the appearance of things and starting to connect you to who you truly are. Breathing down into the earth, exhaling up to the sky. And in this place of subtle consciousness is where you can work with the chakras. The energy healers work with the chakras. These are vortexes that allow life force to flow into your body. There's 7 major chakras. Life force flows into your body, nurtures the organs, nurtures the body, and radiates the 7 auras that can be seen around your body by some people. This is also where dream states become real. When you go to sleep and you're dreaming, this is in the realm of subtle consciousness. The dream world, when you're in a dream, is just as real as this physical world. Except you don't have a dense energy body that you have to drag around with you in the dream. So possibilities exist in your dreams, breathing down into the earth and exhaling up to the sky, breathing from the sky down through your body into the earth. And so we're moving from gross consciousness to subtle consciousness to causal consciousness. And in this causal consciousness, we start noticing that as we're breathing from the sky to the earth and from the earth to the sky, we can actually sense how spacious the body is. This physical body that looks so dense and real as a human form is actually incredibly spacious. It's almost all space because the body is made up of cells that are made up of molecules that are made up of atoms, and atoms are 99.999% space. This body is incredibly spacious. And so as you breathe from the sky down to the earth and earth to the sky, just start letting go of the form and feel the spaciousness in your body. Incredibly spacious. Spacious awareness develops. And so when Kalu says there is a reality, that we are that reality, that when you understand this, you see that you are nothing or no thing. You are no thing. So the ego mind that thinks you are somebody, that you are something, you strive to be successful, you strive to be right, is actually a trap called the dualistic world. And in the physical world, there's good and bad, right and wrong, male and female, North Pole, South Pole, positive, negative. It's a dualistic world of illusion and appearances, and it isn't real. Well, then what is it? Well, it's a karmic journey. And as you breathe and sense the spaciousness in your own body, the body that's 99.999% space, you can experience it as spacious awareness with the breath, beyond your understanding, beyond good and bad, right and wrong, and it takes you into that place of no thing. No thing exists in this awareness of spacious awareness. And being no thing, you become everything in consciousness. Consciousness cannot be threatened. Consciousness doesn't die. The body returns to earth elements. You created it from this spacious awareness of consciousness. That it's become this karmic journey that you're on. When you're born innocent, trusting, and vulnerable. And then on this karmic journey in this physical form, it's about a process to purify the fear and ignorance. The Buddha taught the first noble truth that says life is dukkha. All beings born on this planet experience dukkha. They can be translated as suffering, unhappiness, problems, stress, difficulties. And as long as you're identified with gross consciousness, with dense energy form, you will suffer because you live in illusion and in the appearance that people, places, and things are doing something to you, when in reality these are gifts to you. These are challenges to you. That what happens is you draw to you every experience you need for your soul's evolution. Breathing deeply into this causal consciousness of spacious awareness in this form, you're beyond time and space. You're beyond name. So let's just rest in this spacious awareness. We live in illusion in the appearance of things in this relative world of the physical body. But there is a reality that is beyond this illusion and appearance. When we understand this reality, we see that we are no thing. And being no thing, we are everything. And what happens is we purify the fear and ignorance of this human form. We start becoming like the Buddha. We start experiencing the relative physical world in a new way, in an experience of love and compassion, joy and peace we've all worked so hard to find. But the paradox is the love and the peace, the compassion and joy is impersonal and selfless. It's your true nature. And you can experience it in this human form when you purify the fear that has you reacting to the things in the world in a fearful way. And when you realize the truth of who you are, whether you call that your Buddha nature, your Christ-light, your Krishna nature, and it simply comes with the breath. Breathing through the body down into the earth, exhaling through the body to the sky. And these states of consciousness all exist at the same time. But because we're so attached to the human form, we talk about them as 3 different states of consciousness. But with clear intention and practice in your meditation, you can experience these different states of consciousness that will allow you to experience what's called the Brahma Viharas, the heavenly abodes of love, compassion, joy, and peace. It's impersonal and selfless. And as you purify the fear and ignorance, you become somebody that saves the world. You bring heaven on earth into your consciousness. And you can move back and forth between this spacious awareness of your own physical body. You can start moving back into feeling the density of the body. Breathing down into the earth, grounding the body to the earth, so the body gets the nurturing energy of Mother Earth as you exhale. But coming back into the density of your body. Feel the heaviness of it, the density. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes to be present in the body because there's nothing bad or wrong with your body. It's simply the nature of creation from consciousness for this karmic journey, for you to become a change agent on this planet. We talk about, some people talk about fighting for peace. You can't fight for peace. You have to be peace. I would prefer that we not fight cancer. Cancer is simply cells that have forgotten their purpose. And we can use compassion and love to work with these bodies that have served us so well. And call forth our own love and compassion to heal our bodies. To remind ourselves what their job is. And not fight. Fighting is always fear-based. Breathing. You can do the deep belly breathing to feel this physical body, this gross consciousness. Then you can start breathing through the belly down into the earth, grounding the body to the earth, drawing earth energy up into your body, allowing the chakras to become open and allowing life force to flow in. As human beings, we're swimming in a sea of energy. And we don't know it. We're like fish swimming in water that don't know they're swimming in water. And at the subtle level, these chakras are there to allow life force to flow into our body. But when we're fearful, when we're not grounded, we shut down, the chakras shut down. And then we start developing illnesses, diseases that can also be pronounced as dis-ease. And with intention, we can open the chakras, allowing the life force to flow into the body, to radiate through the body, to heal the body, to become an energy field where people will feel the love and the compassion, the joy and the peace that we can become when we purify the fear and ignorance, purify the greed and the hatred. Because we're all connected in consciousness. Before the service started, I invited some that were here early to join me in sending energy out the right side and receiving energy from the left side. And so we can connect with each other right now in this breath, in this spacious awareness, in consciousness, by sending your energy out to the right, especially if there's somebody on your right side, or if not, just radiate it around the room and receive it on your left side. The right side is the masculine, the left side is the feminine. We need to balance the masculine and feminine for all of us. We can connect in consciousness with each person here. Just radiating the energy around the room. Breathing consciously, you can move down through the belly, grounding the body to the earth. Exhale up through your body to the sky. Breathe from the sky through the body down to the earth. Feel the spaciousness in the body. The body is 99.999% space. That's what science teaches us. And you can sense it with the breath. I used to be a rebellious Christian. And now there's things in the Bible that give me great comfort. And one of them is that God formed us from a lump of clay and breathed the breath of life into us. This is our true nature. This is the true home, is consciousness. It's the present moment experience with no past or future. Past and future is just a way of creating suffering for us. Wanting things to have been different in the past, trying to control or manipulate things in the future. There's only the present moment. And we quiet ourselves, really working with the breath. The breath only exists in the present moment. Again, I share with you, Kale Rinpoche, we live in illusion in the appearance of things. There is a reality. We are that reality. When you understand this, you see that you are no thing. And being no thing, you are everything. Not in this body, but in the consciousness, the love, the compassion, the joy and peace. That is your true nature. And this karmic journey is simply one for you to purify the fear, greed, or hatred, and the ignorance of who you truly are. And so know with practice you can move back and forth between the gross consciousness, the subtle consciousness, the causal consciousness. And if you're really adventurous, you can dissolve your body into pure conscious, non-dual reality that we can call God. And your body can dissolve into nothing, no thing, and you can recreate it in a nanosecond. And I say that from my own experience. And so you can breathe, you can meditate, you can be so present and still hear the sound of my voice. It doesn't have to disrupt your consciousness, your breath, your knowingness of who you are. We can talk and communicate and still be grounded, be present. Going beyond name and form and time and space. And so I'll be sounding the bell to end this time of meditation and message. But know with practice, you can always have this connection in consciousness that will purify your suffering, your problems, purify your greed or hatred, purify your fear. Turn towards your suffering, not run away from it. That your suffering in this human form is a blessing because it's challenging you to know the truth of who you really are. May whatever merit accrue from our practice together this morning, may it be for the benefit of all beings, because we're connected to all beings. May all beings come to awakening, not one left behind.